teriyaki.
Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you how I made this sweet garlic chicken. I have placed it on a bed of cauliflower rice and some broccoli. The recipe will be in the description box below, so let's get to cooking. I'm going to start off with two nice chicken breasts. These are boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and I want to trim off any bits of fat, and then I will cut into bite-sized cubes. And now that they've been cut up into bite-sized pieces, I have seasoned them with salt and pepper, so just season to taste. Next, I'm going to coat my bite-sized pieces of chicken with some coconut flour. I have a little plastic bag here and I've got about 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. So I'm going to add about half of this chicken in the bag and shake it up just to coat them lightly. And then I'll probably have to add a little bit extra of the coconut flour into my bag so that I can do the other half. And here is all my chicken nicely coated with the coconut flour. I did end up using another tablespoon, so that was 4 tablespoons, but I do have this left over in the bag, so you can just use your own judgment as to how much you will need. And by the way, you can use any flour of your choosing. You can use almond flour if you prefer, and if you have no dietary restrictions, use all-purpose flour. Now I've got a hot pan and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Of course, you can use your oil of choosing if you want to use avocado, olive oil, or even a vegetable oil. Alright, so now to our hot oil, I'm adding the chicken bits and I have reduced my heat to a medium. I don't want any of this to burn, but I want my chicken to cook, so I'll be watching it. These bits are kind of small, so they'll probably take about 3 minutes on one side, and then I'll turn them over and cook them again. But make sure you check one of your little bites, probably the biggest one that you have in your pan, to make sure that it is all well cooked. Alright, so we're going to have this stand here for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to turn them over, and we want to make sure that they're all nice and brown. And by the way, it smells delicious. And I may have to add a little bit more oil to my pan. Alright, so while my chicken is cooking, I decided to chop up some onion. This is a shallot, and I have another one here that I'm also going to be using. This was the size that this was before I chopped it up. Now you can use any type of onion, yellow, white onion, red onion if you prefer, or maybe even some sweet green onions. Of course, I would probably want to chop up those little green onions and top my plate at the very end rather than throwing them into the pot, which is what I'm going to do with these. 3 minutes into the cooking time, and I am now turning my chicken bits over to the other side. There we go, and I'm going to cook this another 3 minutes. By the way, I am now going to lower my temperature to a low medium, a little bit more medium than low, and I did have to add another tablespoon of that coconut oil. Alright, so now that all my chicken has browned, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, and as you can see, I have made a way here to melt my butter. I should probably be using a spoon and not my fingers. And to that, I've added about 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. And I've added in my onions, and I'm just going to saute them for a little bit. Adding in about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and about the same amount of some white vinegar. I'm using white wine vinegar. You can use rice vinegar. And I'm also going to add about 1 tablespoon of teriyaki. Now I've added 2 tablespoons of my brown sugar. Now I'm using this brown coconut sugar. You can use just regular brown sugar or opt for some honey instead. And I'm going to mix it all really well and toss my chicken into it to get it all nicely coated. Alright, once I've coated it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little taste so that I can adjust any of my ingredients. I want to make sure I don't need any extra salt or pepper, maybe soy or teriyaki. You can flavor this any way you want. Of course, you could also add some pineapple chunks in there. That would be delicious. And just because I need a bed for my chicken bits, I decided to make some cauliflower rice with some broccoli florets, and I'm cooking this in the same pan that I made the chicken. And a beautiful plated meal with some pepper flakes. I'm also using some sesame seeds, but in my case I actually have everything but bagel seasoning. And just because I like to be extra, I'm adding some fried onions as well. Alright everyone, my plate is now complete and ready to give it a taste. I cannot wait to get my mouth around all of this. It smells so good. Look at that. I had already tasted the chicken and it was yummy. So let's taste it with all the little toppings and the cauliflower rice. Mmm. Look at that, everyone. So delicious. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. And I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up, and excuse my mouth is still full of some chicken. It is so yummy. My mouth is watering. I hope you enjoyed my recipe. So please leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think of my recipe. Is it something you're going to be trying? Have you tried something similar? Now I saw this and it was done with honey, but I decided to go with my brown sugar substitute, and it tastes just as good. As a matter of fact, to my cauliflower rice, I didn't mention, but I did use a little bit of orange marmalade. I don't know if you can see a little bit there, but I decided to add a little sweetness to this, and it is a great pairing, so I highly recommend that as well. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of my future videos as soon as I upload them. You have a super weekend, and as always, enjoy.
Hey, if you like the content of my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and enjoy.